What if I tell you that if you love cats like this, you might have a disease, and that almost half of the world's population is actually infected? Watch on before you call me fake news. So, people like cats for many reasons, but there might be another reasons we are attracted to cats. A parasite called Toxoplasma gondii. Here's a shocker. Almost half of the world's population, or 1/3 depending on which study you read, is infected with this parasite, often showing no symptoms. So, you might be infected too. Hey, before you go see a doctor, hold your horse, you bodo. It's not serious, so watch on first. Before you move on, let's learn some science. Broadly speaking, there are 3 things that can infect us: virus, bacteria, and parasite. With COVID-19, you should know what a virus is. It's a super tiny thing that carries genetic material and hijack living cells to survive. Then there are bacteria, which are bigger and live alongside our cells. And finally, there's parasite. Your toxic ex who's still stalking you on Instagram. Wait, not that parasite. So, there's parasites which are even bigger, and though most are invisible to the naked eyes, some are huge enough to see, like for example, the parasite tapeworm. Now, unlike viruses and bacteria, parasites don't mindlessly wreak havoc in our bodies. Some have particular survival methods. Take the malaria parasites for example. Yeah, the thing that causes malaria is actually a parasite, not a virus or bacteria. They enter the bloodstream via mosquito bites, then head to the liver to reproduce, and cleverly evade detection by making red blood cells stick to feces, forming a mini colony in our bodies. Which brings us to the question, what if a parasite can infect our brain? You shouldn't worry, cause you're brainless, man. Well, it turns out that might be happening with cats. But before that, here's something to learn. Parasites influencing an organism's behavior is actually common. For example, an influencer might show off a Gucci bag that made her feel inferior. Wait. We are not talking about that kind of parasite. Okay, for example, the parasite the horsehair worms infects grasshoppers and control them to jump into water, where they drown, allowing the worm to emerge and complete its life cycle. They are scary examples, but I won't want to scare you more. So, back to cats. You see, based on studies, Toxoplasma gondii, a parasite found in cat feces, can infect rats and mice, altering their behavior. This parasite needs to be in the cat's stomach to reproduce, so the parasite somehow make infected mice and rats lose their instinctive fear of cats. This means rats that are infected with this parasite won't be afraid of cats, while rats that aren't affected will run away from cats. In fact, those affected rats will be attracted to cat urine, which leads them to cats, whereby the cats will eat them, so the parasite can complete its life cycle in the cat's stomach. The cat's visitor will then carry the parasite offspring, ready to start the cycle again. Yeah, basically, the parasite leads to the rat's death, not by a disease, but by influencing its behavior. I know it sounds unbelievable, but just read the article I've linked in the YouTube version of this video and you'll understand. But how does this affect humans? Because cats are close to us, many humans also end up infected with the parasite, which can cause a disease called Toxoplasmosis. Although adults usually show no symptoms, some scientists are wondering if the parasite can also influence human behavior. For example, could it make us more attracted to cats, or more specifically, their urine? Because the logic is that it influenced infected rats' behavior and made them attracted to cats, so we wonder if it's the same for humans. Therefore, this might explain why some people are obsessed with cats. Some studies have shown that Toxoplasmosis might influence humans' behavior, including an increased tendency to take risks, start business, and in some cases, have slower reaction times, which could increase accident risk. There's even evidence linking it to schizophrenia. But while these studies are interesting, they aren't conclusive yet, so don't bring your obsession with cats to this disease. To know more about cats, you can watch this video. And thank you for spending almost 3 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope that you learned something.